Hello viewers and welcome back to Sahara TV. This is our talkback segment and we will be taking your phone calls. So please do call us in on a wide range of issues in which we're going to be discussing. I'm David Miskis, this is Adiola Fayoun, and so please join us 646-559-6640 option 3 to share your questions and comments on a general range of issues and also anything that we may discuss here on the segment. So thank you for being with us here. So Adiola, a lot of things went on between last night and this morning. One of the major unfortunate ones was the loss of, reports say 7, some reports say 10 individuals in a partial stampede related to these jobs that are exams given by the Immigration Service.
It's very sad because I heard that there were only about 3,000 positions opened and more than 60,000 people showed up.
Wow.
Just in Abuja alone. Now that tells us something about the state of unemployment in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've been hearing a lot that more than 70% of our recent graduates are not employed, but I never pictured about 60,000 people showing up for 3,000 positions. So of course that was what happened, and that was what led to the stampede. It's so unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, there were some reports that also included photos, and I mean, it was crazy because they said that not only was the stadium filled, but then these three areas outside, and even the roads going into the airport in that area were full. People, they were saying, were abandoning their cars to walk down the street because they couldn't get through. But there were also reports that other states and areas of the country were affected. There was some question of parts of Lagos. And you mentioned Ogun State earlier.
Someone was telling me earlier, I don't know how true this is, but they were saying that the recruitment was not just based in Abuja, that it's actually all across Nigeria. So people showed up in other states as well. Someone said that in Ogun State, about 30,000 people showed up. And I think that this 3,000 positions is for the whole country. So that if that is true, then we have more than almost 100,000 people already just in 2 states for 3,000 positions.
Wow.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
And this is in light, of course, next week they're starting the national conference. And besides the issues that people have raised, like whether there's going to be proper representation, whether the conference is going to cover truly what it needs to for the country to move forward, I haven't seen any specific plans on discussing this issue of jobs, which clearly for me at least was actually, the photos were just incredible. I'd never really, I mean, we always heard, like you mentioned, that there are so many people out of work, but these really showcased, and the reports showcased, and I wonder if hopefully there will be some following within legislation within the national conference.
Yeah, I hope so too, because this is a national crisis. I mean, some of these people have been out of school for years without a job, which is why people will be so desperate. When I looked at those pictures at the stadium, I realized it's been a long time that I've seen pictures like this from Nigeria if we are not celebrating our Independence Day and stuff like that. And we've not been able to celebrate our Independence Day for a long time because of Boko Haram. But people actually showed up and they filled the whole stadium, and a lot of people were outside the stadium, and it wasn't for any celebration, it was for a job screening.
Wow.
So that's how desperate people are right now. So I really hope that they have some kind of structure while doing this national conference. But my main question with the national conference is, are people aware of their representatives? Do we know people that are representing us, and what are they going to say on our behalf? Do we have a say in what they are going to discuss?
And now there's also this issue too that they're supposedly being paid like 4 million naira each to attend there. So we have nearly 500 candidates at 4 million naira each.
That's a lot of money.
Seems like quite a bit of money going.
I mean, everybody would probably want to be part of this national conference.
Yeah.
But with the money issue though, how do you stand for what you believe? How do you say the truth if the government has not been doing well? If they're paying you 4 million,
So
I'm not saying that people shouldn't get paid. God knows. But how do you really say what's on your mind when you know that you will be paid? What if they're like, oh, we don't like what you said, you're not getting paid?
Yeah, I mean, we have stands to wait and see. And there's a lot of issues, though. I mean, and it's incredible how many issues have been raised. Earlier, we spoke to Dr. Junaid Mohammed, who's representing Kano State, and he raised a number of issues which have also been raised by other individuals on there seem to be so many problems already that they're worried about the conference even addressing, and they haven't even started.
And another thing to take into consideration is security measures during that conference thing, because, you know, these people are crazy. And, you know, that leads me into Boko Haram events last week. I can't believe. Okay, so first of all, they said that the soldiers killed a huge number of them and they seized 700 vehicles. When I heard about 700 vehicles, I was really alarmed. I'm like, I didn't know that what we're dealing with is this big. 700 vehicles? That means there are hundreds and hundreds of them. And then they went to the army barracks and actually attacked soldiers. But I think we have a caller.
Yeah, I understand. James is on the line?
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, please go ahead. Share comments.
Oh,
I don't hear. Hello, can you hear me?
yeah,
Yes, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh,
James.
hello. I think we lost it.
Okay.
Yeah, but like you were saying, I mean, the 700 vehicles is wild. I mean, and how many hundreds? And there was another report that 200 to 300 Boko Haram militants were killed by civilian JTF, as reported in premium time.
Civilian JTFs.
Yeah.
No, it's like, what happened to the soldiers? Why is it the civilian JTFs?
But even those numbers, I mean, the fact that the militants lost, you know, reports of up to 200 people. How many more hundreds are out there?
It's scary because I didn't think we have almost up to that many. 350 is what Punch reported yesterday night. I was really shocked, and you know, I saw some of the pictures. The pictures are really graphic. I think we have a caller.
Yes, hello, go ahead.
Hello, welcome to Sahara TV. Can you hear us? Okay, I think
we lost them.
We keep losing them.
Oh, okay.
But really, there's a huge problem if more than 350 were killed, and that's not all of them. So it's like they've really done a major job of recruiting people. It brings us back to unemployment issue in Nigeria.
Yeah.
These people are getting funded by God knows who. And, you know, these are young guys and young men that have been recruited
without jobs or living in poverty.
Terrorists, you know. It's very unfortunate. But really, I hope that something good comes out of this national conference, even if it's solving the unemployment issue that we have right now, because it's getting out of control.
Yeah. Hello, I understand we have a caller from Thailand. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm calling from Thailand.
Yes, welcome to Sahara TV.
All right. I'm following up a program, David Miskis and Adiola Firehorn, you know, about the recent unemployment, the recent immigration screening concerning job applicants, you know. So, and I have a question to ask. Yeah. Part of the question I want to ask is, how do you think, at the end of the national conference, if the... Hello?
Yes,
we can hear you.
Yeah, so at the end of everything, what do you think is the solution if after the conference and all the negative things that have been happening in our countries is still going on? What do you think is the solution? What do you think is the way out, you know, is the way forward?
All right, and thank you for calling in and sharing us your question. Yeah, he raises a good point. I mean, what happens if at the end of the conference, which again is one of the issues that even before the conference started has been raised, because this is not the first time that Nigeria's had a national conference. It seems that it's been tried at least 2 or 3 times that I'm aware of. And so, you know, and people have pointed to those conferences not achieving what they set out to do. So at this critical juncture, with 2015 coming next year and the national conference hopefully to appease the
I think we should take this next call as well, and then we can... Hi, welcome to Sahara TV. Hello? All right, sorry, keep going,
but,
David.
I mean, he brings up a good point. What happens now if
What
at
if
the end
that
of this it doesn't work out?
you know, to be honest with you, I don't know what to say because I personally don't know if the national conference is what we need right now. So I'm not putting my hope in the national conference at all. I'm not saying that something good cannot work out, and I hope something good comes out of it. But just looking at the structure of the national conference, a lot of people don't know their representatives. They don't know what they're going to say on their behalf. These people are getting paid to attend the national conference. I mean, I don't really see how this is, you know, working out. But Mohammed from Malaysia, let's hear from him. Hi, Mohammed. Welcome to Sahara TV.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good evening, my place.
Okay, go ahead.
Actually, I'm a Nigerian, and going through the pictures from Sahara and from other social media about the way the recruitment exercise is going on in Nigeria about the immigration recruitment is very pathetic and is very uncalled for. The unemployment situation has reached this level. In fact, 3-4 years ago, when there was similar recruitment, people were complaining it was the unemployment was so high. But looking at what I saw in the National Stadium, initially I thought it was not real until when I saw the pictures from Sahara website. This is terrible. The truth is there is an unemployment in the country, but the organization and manner the recruitment has been organized, it should have been done in a more better way that will reduce stress to the applicants and also even those that will administer the examination.
Thank you very much.
Looking at the fuel scarcity issue, it should have been in bodies or in groups. So name should come on so that at least it will have reduced the situation. This is so terrible. I hope the president on his head to see this thing and should tell him. Going on with his rally in Katsina and also all this thing, let him see these pictures. Let him know that there is work that needs to be done in this country. There is no employment. Unemployment is at. And this
Thank you very much, Mohammed.
Yeah, thank you so much for calling into Sahara TV.
Thank you.
Now, he actually raised two
important issue.
Yeah.
Fuel scarcity. In a country that is one of the largest oil producers in the whole world.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, people are expending, you know, whatever monies they need to get to this recruitment or to get to these places, and
it became a funeral actually.
Yeah.
10 people. But you know, not to forget the question that the first caller had asked. I was trying to say that personally, I don't put my hope in this national conference, but at the same time, I keep asking myself, what can the national conference achieve that the Senate can't achieve, or the House of Representatives? I mean, we have people from different parts of the country sitting in these committees, and they've not been able to come up with solutions. But I think we have Femi from Ogun State.
Welcome to Sahara TV.
Hello.
Hi, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I just wanted to make a few comments about this ongoing conference, this national conference that people are talking about. And this is just for the benefit of Nigerians who might be listening. Here we have a situation where individuals are being chosen to represent our interests. We don't have any say whatsoever in the agenda or what is going to be discussed. These people are being paid millions, as you just pointed out. When will Nigerians finally wake up to realize that we must actually do things for ourselves rather than waiting for elites, our political masters in the PDP or in the APC? As long as Nigerians are waiting for other people, as long as we don't take the initiative and act for ourselves, we will always remain in the miserable condition that we are today. I was looking at the photographs of unemployed Nigerians on Sahara Reporters. How basically, you know what, I'm just exasperated right now. I don't even know what to say. How degraded must Nigerians become? Because before all of us realize that we will have to do something drastic to change the situation in that country. That's something I want every Nigerian to think about. And
Femi, before you finish, I just wanted to ask you, is it the same in Ogun State? Are people being recruited in Ogun State as well? Or is just because you're calling from Ogun State?
Well, actually, my dear sister, I'm actually speaking from England.
Okay.
But I am from
Okay.
Ogun State in Nigeria.
Okay.
Yeah? I'm from Ogun State in Nigeria.
I see.
I think the person misunderstood me.
All right.
Now, basically, what I'm trying to say and what I want every Nigerian to take away from this little contribution of mine is that as long as the average Nigerian doesn't organize a political vehicle or a political movement that will change the dynamic in Nigeria, Nigeria will remain in exactly the same condition that it is in today, and it's going to get worse. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank you
very
so
much.
much.
Yeah. It's very sad. A lot of people. He just said they don't have a say in what their representatives
Right.
are going to say.
Which is
They
what
don't-
you were talking about before. I mean, you have these representatives going, but do the
Some
people
people don't
feel
even
that,
know them.
Right. And the other issue that he raised, I think, is important too, that has been raised, like, I think for quite a while now, is at what point will Nigerians change the way they approach these things? I'm not speaking of like revolution, but at what point will something different happen to where they will say, like, enough, these politicians are no longer representing us, and they haven't been representing us, and now we're going to change the way that we take control of our country and of our future.
Let me just ask you though, the way you see the whole 4 million naira being paid to participants, how do you see that? Would you consider that a bribe? Would you consider that just transportation fare or what?
I don't know if I would necessarily go as far to call it a direct bribe, but I think, you know, as far as incentive-wise, I don't really know 4 million naira over whatever period of time. And this is on top of the fact that these are working politicians and other members and this kind of thing, which I'm assuming aren't going to lose their regular salaries in the meantime. So...
All right, I think we have Kayode on the phone.
Kayode from Vancouver, welcome
Okay.
to Sahara TV.
Yeah, thank you very much. I was just wondering if you guys have any correspondent who attend the Governors Forum that was held in Lagos yesterday. It's a government forum that was held in Lagos yesterday. You know, they discussed about corruption and the way forward. I don't know if you guys have any reporter on the conference in Lagos.
Are you aware if we do? Because I'm not.
Yeah,
aware.
I don't know if we had anyone attend that particular
But we can get
conference.
back to you on that. If we covered it, it would be up on YouTube very soon. So, but is there something in particular you wanted to say about that?
No, yeah, the attendance was good, right? Like most of the other governors who are not some governors didn't attend. You know, I don't know why there's a fraction among the governors.
Well, there has
Because
been.
it was a very good discussion. So it was a very, very good discussion on
Okay.
corruption. And most of the governors from the West, East, and few North attend, right? And the other governors, they didn't show up.
There has been a fraction among the governors for some time now, though, since the
You know,
APC.
they didn't show up. And there's a good discussion of corruption. You know, they didn't show up. You know?
Anyway, thanks for, letting us know about that. It's very sad that they don't show up
Yeah.
for something that important, but definitely they would be where they would get paid for the national conference.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, that's the whole thing. The payment surrounding the national conference to me is like, it just, I don't know. I mean, I don't really know why or how that number came about. And that's the other thing too. Like, I don't know if there's a transparent process. Like, were Nigerians told like, oh, we're going to pay them something and this is just going to cover this, or we're going to pay them 4 million naira because we should, or...
I guess my main issue with the money, and the reason I keep coming back to it, is I didn't know we have that kind of money, because if we do, then why can't we use it to fix the road or something,
Right.
or build a hospital? I mean, I didn't know we have that kind of money that we can give 4 million to about 500
Yeah,
people.
almost 500 people.
So that's going to be a lot of money when you think about it.
Yeah.
And it's just for a week conference, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't know we have that kind of money. But anyway, I wanted to talk about the fact that Boko Haram went into an army barrack and they freed their members.
Yeah.
Something smells fishy, because the army barrack is supposed to be like the stronghold of the soldiers. I heard we have someone from
Okay.
Italy.
Festus from Italy?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yes, hello, welcome to
ahead.
Sahara TV.
Okay.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. I'm trying to talk about the employment issue and the traffic jam in Lagos. And I thought we have the police, and we know there's what they call crowd control. And the people who are actually responsible in the first place ought to have informed the police. And then they should be able to know the number of people coming so that they provide for. Because I can tell you that a lot is happening wrong in Lagos from the information I have. And at the same time, even for those who died, there would have been a medical team available. Because we're talking about the failure of the government. It's just in every sector.
Are you talking about Lagos?
Yeah, Lagos, yes.
Did people died in Lagos as well? I thought.
Not the traffic itself in Lagos.
Okay.
So it is nice for us to have a government that is responsive to the people. Because the essence of governance is for people to be able to feel the effect of governance. And the police cannot have a crowd control system in place for a huge crowd like that. It's frightening.
That's true.
Thank you, Festus, for calling in and sharing your comment with us. I understand we only have a couple minutes left, and you were speaking on the Boko Haram issue and how... Yeah, this is not the first time that they've attacked a military base.
Yeah, I don't get that. And then the civilian JTFs were able to kill them outside the barrack.
Yeah.
I don't know, but when I had a story, my first reaction was, is there an insider in the army barracks? Because from what I heard, there is a machine that would, some kind of weapon that they were supposed to use to kill them in mass. But unfortunately, at that particular time that Boko Haram started attacking, that weapon did not work.
Wow.
It just did not work at that particular moment. So, but Samuel from Canada, I think we have Samuel. Welcome to Sahara TV.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, I just have some to make. I was reading the papers also. They made mention of they discovered 700 vehicles. I just want to though I'm not physically in those camps and all, I just want to dispute that figure. It's not possible to have 700 vehicles in those camps. So they should come up and tell us the truth.
Thank you for saying that, Samuel, because since the time that they released that figure, we're yet to see the pictures of the 700 vehicles. There has only been one picture that has been circulating, but somehow they forgot to take the photo of the other 699 pictures. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying normally they would take photos so we can see.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's another issue too, has been just the continuous reporting on clashes with Boko Haram, on Boko Haram when they engage the military, on Boko Haram when they invade barracks, on the fact that the JTF, or civilian JTF reported. These numbers always change, and like the gentleman was saying now, like, it's not even possible. I mean, what does the truth matter? Where are the pictures? You know, and if it's not possible, I mean, there's two issues here. One, if it's not possible, then obviously a more truthful statement needs to be made. But if it is possible, isn't that remarkable that they've amassed 700 vehicles?
Yeah. I mean, if you have 700 vehicles in one camp, that's no longer a camp.
Right.
That's like they're building their own town or city already.
Right, exactly.
700.
So I think we just have about 30 seconds here, but I'd like to touch on one slightly upbeat topic. Was in Ghana, the 13-year-old girl has now been drafted into
the
FIFA.
Yeah. The youngest player drafted ever. I'm very proud of her. Numatasi, I can't remember her name. I wish I do, but that's a really good story coming out of Ghana. This girl is 13 years old and she's been drafted to play in the FIFA coming up in Costa Rica. So a lot of people in Ghana are very excited right now. I'm very excited. I'm sure that she will do well. But, you know, that just speaks to the fact that now women are being given more chance. And, you know, this is Women in Women History Month. So I think it fits in perfectly, and we wish her the best of luck.
So thank you, viewers, for tuning in to this Sahara TV Talkback segment and for calling in and sharing your questions and comments with us. Do stay tuned, though. We have a lot more coming up, including interviews and event coverage, as well as later we'll be having our Skype segment on Sahara TV Talkback. So you can tune in then to join the discussion at guest.srtv or sahara.tv on Skype. So look for that coming up later today. And thank you so much for tuning in to Sahara TV.